Hello and welcome to day 164 of 365 days live. Clean that's better. I hate it when it's all like foggy, right? So my name is Jessica Lozano. I'm a woman relationship and feminine embodiment mentor, and I help women have extraordinary love lives with the love of their life. Whether you are in preparation for sacred union and desire to have the man of your dreams, the relationship of your dreams, or if you're already in union, you already are in this dream relationship and you want to continue the evolution, the upward spiral of love that our relationships are meant to be on, right? They're not meant to be complacent. Our sex life gets to get better. Doesn't mean that it's always perfect, but it does get to get better. Your love gets to deepen. Your relationship gets to deepen and expand and get so fun and joyous as time evolves. So today I want to talk about something that I hear a lot, and I have to say that it really bothers me. So first of all, needing a man versus desiring a man. And when I hear women say she has money, she doesn't need a man. Woof, girl, let me tell you, that gets me so lit up. Like, when has wanting a relationship had to be about needing a man for money? And what does a woman having money have to do with her desiring love? Love. Like, have we lost the idea of what union is about? And I remember this woman's face as she's told me this. Like, this is what really sticks. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and finally it's like, okay, Jessica, let's talk about this now. I remember this woman, I was getting ready to set up for a ceremony, and she was beautifully and graciously cleaning the floors and, blessing the areas, because she, of course, in ceremony, you want to have a very clean space. It's important. It's part of the ritual of setting everything up. So a client had hired her because she also does her own work with clients. I forget exactly what therapies she does or what modalities that she does. Anyways, this woman had hired her and she was telling me about her and how, like, she has all this money, but she doesn't need a man. And she gave me this look like this. She doesn't need a man. And I was just like, I just kind of just took it in. I just kind of like let her have her moment. I didn't say anything because I also was getting ready for my ceremony and facilitating a space for women that were coming to get a specific something. And I didn't want to start then talking about relationships and all the things, which I looked at her, like, in my mind, I was just like, when does desiring true love have to be about money? And what does her having money mean that she doesn't need a man? First of all, you should never, ever want to need a man and have this attachment to a man, to a relationship. If you have an attachment to a relationship, you're in the needy energy, you're leading with your shadow, you're leading with your inner child wounds, and most likely you're going to end up in a codependent or a very anxious attachment, avoidant attachment type of style of relationship, and you are seeking for somebody else to fulfill your needs. That's needing a man. Desiring a man, desiring a relationship comes from, like, the depths of your heart. It comes from the fullness of who you are. It comes from, I desire love. I desire to feel adored. I desire to be taken and swept away, right? Like, there's such a different vibe. I want someone to add to my life. I want a man to be the masculine pole in my life. What's wrong with that? There is nothing absolutely wrong with that. Nothing. So beautiful. So beautiful. Desiring love is about this level of expansion and this level of yearning for a complementary partner, not someone who is who makes you complete. Complementary. It's a desire for this feeling of, it's, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a feeling of like God just sent this perfect person for you, and vice versa, you to him. And together your love is so expansive, it heals, it expands you with him, and vice versa. Like, it's like just it's a desire. It's a desire. It's kind of, how can you quantify desires? You can't. So this whole thing about she doesn't need a man, I find it such fucking bullshit. Because does the masculine hold the provider pull? Yes. And there's lots of ways that a man can provide. And also, it's, let me just gather my thoughts for a second here. It's so degrading to a man and to relationships to say that she doesn't need a man because she has money. You know what I mean? I think it's beautiful. Wow, you have money. You have like understood the codes of money and creation through your feminine. Like, holy shit, that is so fucking amazing. Right? And now you get to add the greatest love of your life. You get to have it all in whatever way that looks like. Like, that should be like, yeah, of course you want to have the love next. Of course you want to have that. You get to. You created this wealth. You've understood some masculine codes here. Now you get to add love. Right? This idea that women who have money don't need a man, she doesn't need a man, comes from women who are actually very wounded and who probably have been controlled with money in their past. Lots of money, probably masculine and father wounds, which is fine. I mean, I get it. I understand, right? I had to break through and find my own financial provider codes in order for me to break out of a narcissistic relationship, because I didn't think that I could do that. I thought that I needed somebody. I thought I needed a man to do that for me. So I did have to self-source this. So women who have wealth are able to self-source wealth. And I think that's so beautiful. I think that's so powerful. And now it's adding love. It's adding love. And love is vulnerable. Love is so vulnerable. Love is de-armoring your heart and your yoni and your womb. Love will drop you on your knees. It will. It will. It will, in a way of like deep surrender. In a way of like everything that you've been trying to control has finally need to let go, right? So I wanted to share that with you so that you can understand the difference between the two. And if you are in the vibe that you don't need a man because you have money, then there's something we want to work on there, because you're blocking love in, because you're saying that a man can only fulfill you through the amount of money he can give you. And that's not what men are for, and that's not what our relationships are for. Our relationships are about this beautiful sacred technology that heals each other, that heals the world. Because let me fucking tell you so clear. You think you're healed? Wait until you fall in love and your heart is cracked the fuck open. Like, you will be met with some of your greatest wounds in union, and that's great, because you're meant in sacred union, you heal them together to evolve, unlike shadow matches relationships where you're really more meant to heal that on your own. So yeah, desiring a man is completely different than needing a man, and we should always desire a man and desire a relationship. That is expansive. needing a man, needing a relationship is attachment. It is I am unfulfilled. It is I will cling on to the first man that I feel a connection with and cling on for dear life. That's not what we want. That leads us to pain and suffering. Desire leads us to expansion. Desire leads to falling in love with a man that was made just for you, and you are a woman that was made just for him. It allows you to descend into your feminine. It allows him to rise into his masculine. And if you are making money already, guess what? You get to enjoy it with somebody else, or whatever that looks like for you. You guys get to co-create money together, or do whatever it is. Like, beautiful, like amazing. Like, why does money have to like be like a factor that determines whether you want a man or not, right? So let's just take that out. Like there are some other topics that we can talk about here. Like, well, what if you do want a man to provide? Like, great, there's nothing wrong with that either. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? Ron is a great provider. And now we're reaching a point where I may start to make a little bit more money. So if that happens and that continues to evolve, we'll see how that moves into our relationship. But we won't cross that bridge until I actually cross that bridge. So when that happens, I will let you know all the details of how we manage our union. So I have a activation portal that is very powerful. It's called Awaken Love and Intimacy. That is 48 hours of Telegram coaching. And let me tell you, girl, we can move through so much in these 48 hours. Like, it really just blows my fucking mind every single time that I do one of these. And like, even with 24 hours, I offered him with 24 hours, and I'm just like blown the fuck away at how much can get done in 24 hours. Like, it is a quick initiation. It is like, boom, get shit done. So if you want to work on your desires for union and your desires for a man, and work on the areas that are perhaps, you know, that you feel a block, where you feel your heart is armored, where you feel your yoni is armored, where you feel like a certain resistance, or you're having like a difficulty and you don't know what it is. Like, you can't really quite put your thumb on it, and you want somebody to put their thumb on it so they can reveal like what you can't see, and like almost like the veil has been lifted, which has happened in 24 hours. This is for you. It's $111. The first woman gets 48 hours. And I think I might add something cool for like maybe like 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like, I'm not sure yet. I feel like doing something fun right now. I'm just like, first one gets 48 hours. So, which means 4 days, which, God, if we can move so much in just one day, imagine what we can do together in 4 days with love and intimacy, like depth, breakthrough, aha moments, like you're gonna be crying. Like, I get so many messages from women like crying because they're like, you're making me cry, like a good cry, like, oh my God, this is what I wanted to hear. I feel so whole. I feel more soft and juicy. I feel more empowered. Whatever the vibe it is that you need, whatever energetics you need, you're gonna get that. You will not be disappointed. I can promise you that. So message me, $111. And let's get this moving. All right. Bye.